Dear students, welcome to the new project management dashboard assignment. This is the last one, the third and the last one for this class. And here you can see this is the end product we are targeting by the end of this assignment. So you can see on this dashboard, there are some key high level KPIs presented, which is total budget, total expense, total duration, total completion percentage. At the same time, there are a lot more details provided for with respect to the project name, project type, and the status. And yeah, the status is if I hold my mouse in each of these bar which I'm seeing again indirectly, where we will be creating this Gantt chart, which is a very important tool to know quickly get a high level overview of how the projects are going. Unlike the last assignment where we used a very simple data set, here we are using a data set that has lots of projects and multiple project managers. So just to give an overview about what kind of details are provided over here. So I have the project name, what category of project each of these projects belong to, and uh, yeah, the details. So here, if I hold my mouse on any of these bars, it tells me what is the priority of this given project. So again, the dark blue line shows that it's a very high priority. The project name is central deployment. The project type is network services. The start date is March 10. The end date is December 1, 2023, and duration is 266. And if I select that, it's telling me the total budget allocated for this project is 36,000. Currently, the total expense is 25,350. Duration is 266, and currently it's completely like 39% completed. I click on it back. I go to the overall overview. Same is the case for other projects as well. So again, very low creative media industry 4 facilities. Start date is August 9, 2022. February 25th, 2023 is the end date, and duration is 200. Total budget, again, it's looks like it's a very low priority. So total budget was only 1500, out of which 1340 has been expensed. Duration is 200 day, and complete is 100% completed. So yeah, it gives me a like overview of all the projects. Yeah, so if I scroll down, we have a bar over here, a scroll bar. Scroll down, I get all the projects which are a part of this whole project program. And if I don't select anything, it's giving me the status of all the projects involved. So the total budget is 856,000. Currently expensed are 545,000. And yeah, here is the average total duration and completion rate and so on. On top of this, here are the extremely high level KPIs which usually are used and which usually all the C-suite executives are interested in knowing. So the very first being your total budget. So what is the total budget allocated for all as well as individual projects, and what's the status of expense, and is there any risk going on? Is there a possibility that the project would go over over the budget? In that case, they have to allocate some funds sooner the better, because that puts the project on the risk. At the same time, what is the total duration for a given project and how we are doing, and with respect to the completion, and so on. Yeah. Again, I think one of our example was when we saw, yeah, for example here, total budget is 1500, total expense is 1235, 100% complete, meaning the project manager, whoever he or she was, we are able to complete that project within the budget. So that's again, that's a achievement. Sometimes on some bigger complicated projects, it's very normal to go over budget. In that case, if a certain budget is allocated, and if there is a chance that you will need more, maybe 10% more, 20% more of the allocated, they have to act sooner to get that funding available. So yeah, those are the kind of things, decisions your C-level executives are looking at. So yeah, this is the high level. So you can total budget, expense, duration, and completion percentage. That's the first question all the bosses, all the CEOs, CFOs, CTOs, CIOs, and so on will be asking about, yeah, these status, and as required, they will go into the detail. On top of this information, what you are also seeing are these legions. Yeah. So again, this is a priority level. So if I click on this, again, these are interactive. So it will give me a list of all the, or it will highlight all the high priority projects over here. This gives me the low and so on, medium, very high, and very low. Also, there are filters for project managers. So currently, you are seeing status of all the projects from all the project managers. If I want to check the status or performance of some individual projects, so I will go with Lucy Tipton. So currently she is working on these two projects, and this is her status. Total budget allocated is here, expenses here, total duration is here, and all 43% projects are completed by her. Same with Cam, John, a couple projects. Looks like James Porter has the highest number of projects. Maybe he's a senior most guy or something like that. And yeah, total budget is 356,000, expenses this and so on. So I can go and check these details as well. I can also filter based on individual project name. So again, here I'm seeing all the list. Yeah, sometimes I might get lost. So if I want to focus on each of this specific project, I can select that and it will give me the details. Yeah. Oh, in fact, this is a very good example. So this project, Science Park 3, the total budget allocated is 3,500. Total expense so far is 3,560. So it's overspent, and duration is 186,000, and it's only 59% complete. So highly likely, like yeah, 41% still remaining. So highly likely, more expense will be there. So these are the kind of things where top level executives are interested in knowing. Firstly, what are the reasons why it's only 59% complete and overspent? So was it a problem with estimation, cost estimation for the budget before the approval, or are there any other reasons, technology reasons, maybe breakdown reason, maybe a disaster happened, or maybe an earthquake, or maybe the factory shut down, or maybe a supplier didn't have the right parts, so delays and so on. So what are the reasons behind this overspend? And what needs to be done to bring the project back to normal so that yeah, like it gets completed and yeah, like they get the budget allocated for that overspend. So these are the kind of decisions usually the C, like the project manager as well as the C level executives are interested in knowing. Yeah, so I think yeah, that's it for now regarding whatever we have discussed. So next part is let's check the data. So this is the assignment that is posted in your Canvas. I will request you all to go ahead and please download this data set, Project Management Dashboard 7 General. And like I said, this is the snapshot of the final product and product that we will be creating. Once downloaded, please go ahead and open the Excel file. We'll do a quick review of the data. So yeah, suppose this is the file you opened. This is how it should look like. So just select all and double click here to make the columns wider so that you can read them. And just for it's my practice, I make this bolder. And I also, let's go ahead and add a data filter for all these headers. Now quickly browsing through. So end date, location, overall project health, priority, project, project manager, project name, project type, start date, status, percentage complete, budget, expense, latitude, longitude. So these are all my different headers, columns for the data set that will be uploaded in Tableau. And when so I checked from top layer, header name and left to right. I will go all the way down and check. Yeah, so I have limited number of data points over here. Well, you'll always have limited number, but again, we don't have like extremely high number, say like 80,000, 90,000 or a million rows. We only have 84 number of rows over here. So that's another key information that we checked. Next part is let's quickly look into the details of each of this header. Yeah, let's see the breadth as well as width, how wide variety of data we have. So going over here, so and it looks like we have 3 years worth of data, or at least data from these 3 years, 2022, 23 and 24. Next part is the location. So looks like we have limited number of cities in which these all these projects are being implemented. So Alabama, Arizona, Idaho, Kansas, New York, North Dakota and Texas. Next part is overall project health. Looks like we have 3 categories: needs attention, not set, on track. Priority wise, looks like we have 5 priorities: high to very low. Project, oh, this is interesting. So we have total 83 projects, and that kind of aligns with the count we had. 83 plus 1 header, that's 84. So looks like each project has a unique project number. Then we have 6 different project managers to which all these 83 projects are assigned to. Then here is a project name. So I'm assuming these are 83 unique, one name for a unique project. Then project type. So there are 6 different categories of project. Start date. Yeah, just like here, end date. There are a couple of like years 2022, 2023 or year start date. Then project status. 5 different status: cancelled, completed, in progress, on hold, planned. Percentage completed. Yeah, looks like each project has its own unique number. Oops, we have 100% as well, 1 point. meaning yeah, there are some projects which are completed 100%, and looks like there are projects which haven't started yet. So that's good to know information. Then another key information for all the C level as well as all the project trackers or followers, stakeholders is your budget, so numerical value. So definitely, yeah, I don't see any errors over here. I see clean data. Same is the case with expenses. And then latitude, longitude. I'm thinking it's these last two columns, latitude and longitude, are more for the location part. And again, as stated, this is our third project management dashboard we'll be building. A very important concept to learn. And for that reason, we are emphasizing on only the key KPIs which are related to the budget, expenses, completion, duration, as well as the details of the project. Yeah, so for this part we are not going to go into detail, but again, if you guys want to add another sheet for location, it should be pretty straightforward. Say location, which cities or which location the projects are being implemented, you can add that, and yeah, you can make it interactive immediately within few seconds. But again, our focus should be the key KPIs that we are listed over here. Yeah, so budget, expense, duration, completion, and the project schedule. With that said, let's go ahead and open a new Tableau window. Is opening for me. Since we know we are uploading from an Excel file, I will select Excel. But like I said, you can get this data immediately from Microsoft Access, Microsoft Project Software, or Jira, or any other software the project managers are using, like Monday.com, or there are multiple. There are, I say, thousands of them. But yeah, these are the common ones: Microsoft Project, Microsoft Access, or some other softwares. So since we are using Excel file, I'm going to select this Excel. Loading for me, and for me it's, yeah, project management dashboard 7 general. I'll say open. Excel will, sorry, Tableau will do its thing and make all the connections. And yeah, after identified, so it looks like there is no error message, meaning the data is clean, their data structure is correct in your Excel. So we are good to move forward. And it identified 15 different fields, meaning 15 different headers, columns, and 83 different rows with unique data. So yeah, that's what we confirmed when we ran our analysis. For that reason, I just move this part aside. So like we discussed in the snapshot, right? Firstly, let's I think I don't think we need to review this data again because we already did in Excel. But yeah, like it's very important that we quickly review the data in either Excel or within Tableau itself, just to get an understanding about what the data is. Other part is if there are any errors or bugs or missing values, it's always good to fix them at the source. So yeah, I don't want to repeat this thing, so we'll just continue. So next part is, let's go ahead and build a sheet for each one of this. Yeah, so again, let's calibrate our eyes. So we are going to create a sheet for each one of this. So total budget, total expense, total duration, completion percentage, and project schedule. That is your Gantt chart. And yeah, the header, which is project management data dashboard. At the same time, we'll be adding these filters: project manager, project name, as well as the priority. So with that said, let's get started. I'll add a sheet, and let's say this, let's call it as a total budget. TOTALBUDGET. Other part is, yeah, I mean, definitely you can name the sheet anything that you like, just like, it's a good practice. We always do it in Excel as well. The next important thing is, I want to really emphasize for all our remaining dashboards we create, also the topics we learn, business management, data related topics we learn, is the term KPI. So indirectly, whatever we are seeing over here are your KPIs. Yeah. So I go over here. So this is your first KPI, second KPI, third KPI, fourth, and so on. And usually, like we have seen, you will have a team that you'll be working with. So there might be project manager, there might be stakeholder, data analyst, there might be data engineer, computer scientist. You discuss with all of them, and mutually you agree that what are the KPIs you want to be presented in your dashboard. So this information usually comes from them. Yeah. So it's a mutual decision that, you want budget, expense, duration, completion, and so on. So again, the key word I'm emphasizing is the KPI. So in that case, instead of using total budget, I'll just change it to say KPI. Yeah, let's start using that term KPI, and I'll say this is my KPI one. And yeah, by default, it will take this name. So I'll go ahead and change this as well, and I will say this is my total budget. And for now, I will center it. Let's use, I think, yeah, 15 is a good number. I will bolden it. Say apply. Looks good to me. Well, color wise, I definitely want to use a specific color. Yeah, but if I use white now, it might, yeah, totally disappear. Yeah, let's hold off that. So let's keep it this way. So it's boldened. Oops, budget bold. Yeah, correct. The next part is let's go ahead and add the budget part here. I'm saying budget here. So I'll go ahead and add that into, sorry, over here. And you see I'm seeing the budget, but again it is listed as rows. That's not what I want. I just want the number over here. So oops, I'll take it out. Head to the text. Awesome, we got the text. This is exactly what I wanted. So yeah, let's work on the format also, font. So currently, and we know this is dollar and we are not seeing the dollar. So I'll go to this numbers part. I will use currency custom. It's adding couple decimals, but again, the amount is so big that I don't think it makes any sense to add the decimal. So I'll just say a 0 decimal. Sounds good. Dollar sign is there. Yeah, that's another thing I wanted. Next part is let's work on, yeah, more formatting. W book. Okay, this looks good. Maybe I can make this bigger. Let's try 20. Awesome. Let's try bold. Yeah, looks good. Or let's try even bigger, say 24. I think, yeah, this is much better. Awesome, this works. And then edit title, reset title, format title, shading. Hey, so like we have over here, let's finalize this sign type of color for all, all the headers we are going to use. So we'll be highlighting. So let's go ahead and yeah, format. Yeah, let's go into the format title and caption. So how I went over there is I went to my title, say format title. Then a window like this appears on my left hand side. In the shading, for me, I have already selected as I'm seeing this. For you, you might not see this cyan color. So in that case, please go to your more color theme. Oops, sorry. Yeah, let's see what are the numbers here. So let's go into this more colors, and I want you to type in within this HTML part, say number 03C8C8, and again this works for my computer. So, and again I'm using Windows based computer. Try your best to enter these numbers like yeah, hash sign 03C8C8 and click OK. Highly likely you'll be getting the same color as well. If it doesn't work, I will give you the freedom. Maybe you can select this one, and yeah, that should be okay as well. So I'm clicking OK. So with that said, yeah, even this title color changed. Now I'm going to go over here and change the color of my font to say completely white. Apply. Awesome. This is looking correct. And the other part is, if you remember what we did in our, yeah, one of the assignments, I think the front series we did, right? So same thing in this whole thing, we are going to display number only. So I'm going to make this all the way bigger. And then I'm going to make this part also all the way bigger. So it will, yeah, and center. So, and yeah, one more thing is format this part. Or alignment is automatic. I'll say center, center. This looks great. Perfect. Yeah, so this part is completed. On top of it, like we said in our main dashboard, we had a couple of, in fact, we had three of, yeah, the filters, right? Project manager, project name, and the priority. So I will go ahead and add those as well. So I'm going to close this out. I will add project manager in the filter. It is, yeah, a window like this pops up. I'm going to select all of these and say apply. So again, you can see this filter is applied. As of now, you don't need to do anything. Then next one is your project name as well. Here also, when I drag that, a window like this pops up. I will say all, apply. Another here, this got added. So I think these two are good for now. Then I'm going to duplicate this file. Yeah, and the reason I'm doing is the next part we are going to add the total expense part, but I'm going to use the same formatting. So again, if I don't have to redo all the formatting work, all I will do is duplicate over here. I will remove the sum of budget, and here I will add the expense part. Yeah, so again I did this again here. The expense part got added. I'll go over here and see total expense space EXPENSE. Font size same, apply. Okay, this changed. And I'm seeing this. I just need to fix the formatting over here. So I'm going here, say format. This also, oops, yeah, dollar isn't there. So I'll say I want it to be currency custom 0. And yeah, I'm seeing that, which is great. Then alignment, I want to be centered, done. Then I'll go over here and yeah, let's do the same. Let's use size of 15 or I think 20 is what we used. And I will make it bolder, apply, done. Awesome. Even this is looking great to me. So we did, and we already have these couple filters. Later on, we are going to do something about the filters also. So for now, I'll keep it as is. Next one, I'm going to add our third part, that is your total duration. So for that, I'm going to duplicate. Yeah, let's change this to say KPI2, which is your total expense. And even if you write, use say total budget over here for the name, and KPI for KPI2, if you use total expense, I will give you full points, no worries. But again, these are the KPIs, and KPIs is a very hot or important term to know. Especially if you are like students who are looking for prospective like jobs as BI analyst or related ones. Maybe highly likely in your interview they might ask you what are KPIs, what are the KPIs you use. So familiarizing and using it as much as possible during our assignment is the right place to start, I will say. So I'll duplicate the next part here, duration. So I'll duplicate this part. And yeah, let's call this as KPI3, which is nothing but here total duration, project duration. I think, yeah, let's use the same name I used. So yeah, total duration. So I'll change this to total duration. I'll say apply and apply. And here, if you see, and also if you check the data set, there is no specific column that talks about total duration. So that tells me we have to create one. Yeah, I mean there is nothing identified in the list. So for that reason, I'm going to go over here and say create a calculated field, and let's call it as a total duration. Or maybe I'll keep that title simple because yeah, this is an added field. I don't want this to be long. I mean, even if it is, it doesn't matter. So I'll call it as a duration. And here I'm going to say end date, and I'm going to select this end date space minus start date. Oops, something. No, something. Oh, I know what happened. Cancel. Duration got added. I'm going to delete it. And it's very good that these mistakes are happening and you are seeing it live. It's very common. So again, I'm restarting it again. So add a calculated field, create one. So duration. And I'm going over here. Then END and date. I'll say space minus, and I will say start. START. I'll select the options it's giving me, and once I do this, it is telling me the calculation is valid. I'm going to apply, and you can see a new field is created. And now I'm going to add this part to my text field, and yeah, it got added. Yeah, and again you can see again the format is doesn't look it's right, but we are going to fix it. Yeah, we are going to let's change it over here. So at least one step completed successfully. Oops, for summary, oh, it's doing as per the year. Okay, I don't want that. I'm going to remove this year part. With that said, yeah, it's giving me the entire sum of duration for all the projects. So that's why it's so high number, 12,261 days. So by default, I should be using average. Yeah, so that's a change, remember, in future as well. And if you ask me why, well, that's how I will say overall, that's how the project planning is. W is taking it as a sum of any calculated field you have added within the text part in the marks. So for that reason, I'm going to go over here and measure. So by default, it's sum. I'm going to change it to average. And once I do that, it's telling me the average duration for all the projects listed is 147.7. So yeah, another, I'll say, good thing we did. The next part is I'm going to also fix the format. So for that reason, it's in number format. Yeah, definitely I want number format. On top of it, let's say in my case, I have added the unit, that is days, over here. So let's see how to add that. Yeah. And again, I don't think I have used any decimals over here. So that's why it's telling 148, yeah, which is like closest 147.7. If I round it up to the closest, it's like 148. So let's go over here, apply format, and then you'll see a window like this. Here, I'm going to go to the number. I'm going to select custom. And yeah, you see when I do that custom, for that, yeah, let's go with number custom decimal. I'm going to select 0. Once I do that, 148 is displayed. So this sets the base of your the number that you are going to use. Now after that, yeah, go to custom space, and I'm just going to space DAYS, and let's see what happens. Oops, I'm not seeing any totals. Oh, I got it. Have to manipulate a little bit. So I'm going to go over here again, say this one. In my totals, I'm going to say custom, here also 0, scientific, no scientific, currency, no, no. Let's say 000 space DAYS. Let's try this out. Oops, it didn't work. No worries. Yeah, I'll just do Control Z. Come back, grand totals, special average. Yeah, let's go over here. Oh yeah, perfect. Let's try this out. Oops, it didn't work. No worries. Say 000 space DAYS. Awesome. It took effect. Yeah. So you see what I did over here. So it works in your default one. Yeah. So what I did is in this numbers, I went over here. First, I set the base, that is, yeah, custom 0 decimal and so on. Then I went to the custom, selected all these 000. Yeah, it wants some number, and then DAYS. And if I click outside, yeah, I got it. Next part is, yeah, let's do the text. Let's fix the text part. Font shading, I think this is correct, no issues. This is correct, no issues. Awesome. So again, formatting over here, let's go to this text part. Worksheet is correct, pane is correct. This is rows is correct, awesome. Controls is correct, awesome. Automatic, I'm going to select center. Oops, that's for the header. Grand total, correct. Now let's go to the text. I will select over here. Let's select all. Average duration, what I'm seeing. Let's use our standard 20. I'm going to center it out. Bold, apply. Perfect. Oops, bold as well. Apply. Awesome. And okay. Then I'll go to this alignment automatic center. And yeah, automatic center vertical also. So this looks good. So even this part is completed. So that's your KPI 3. Hey, let's go ahead and save this file. Say save as. And again, I already have one file, project management dashboard 7. I don't want to overwrite. So for me, I will do _1. But for you, just use it like, yeah, project management dashboard 7 dash general W workbook. So yeah, here we completed our third KPI, which is your total duration. Now let's go ahead and add one more, say completion percentage. Yeah, so just calibrating your eyes. We are looking for this completion percentage. So I'll create a duplicate here again, and let's call it as KPI 4. and let's call it as completion percentage. Apply. Awesome, this is done. And in our source data, there is a clearly, there is a field that says completion percentage. Well, it's on the right side. I'm not seeing it as of now. I'll go to the right. Yeah, here you go. So this is a calculation we did, and here is a completion percentage. So again, there is a standard field already. So here is the one. So I'm going to remove my duration, and I'm going to add this completion percentage. Yeah, with that said, yeah, it's giving me this number, and it is giving me sum. So this time we are going to change to average again. Yeah, so this is by default. Looks like Tableau is defaulting to the sum. We want average here also. So I'm going to change it, and yeah, it's giving me in decimals. So yeah, let's go ahead and fix the font format. So going over here, pane, and let's say percentage currency, no percentage. I think 2 decimals is a good one. Perfect. Yeah, this is done as well. This is done as well. Everything looks good. Also, let's fix the size text. So I'll go over here, select it all. Let's select 20, bold, apply. Okay, sweet. This is also done. So with that said, yeah, I think the key four, I'll say the headers are completed. The numbers are completed. Now let's add one more thing. That is this title part. Yeah, so project management dashboard. So for that, I'm just going to create a duplicate of this. I'm going to remove this. I'm just going to say this is title, be a project management dashboard, and yeah, let's make this as 20 and apply bold. Yeah, it's bold. So this looks great. Let's call this as KPI 5, and I'll just say title, because there is no specific numerical information we are presenting here. Now, yeah, we completed these. Now, another most important one of the key takeaway of this tutorial assignment is your project schedule. Yeah. So again, in our last assignment also we had a like assignment on focusing on Gantt chart, which is a very important concept. It gives you lots of details about project health with respect to your timeline, as well as the project status, priorities, what is, yeah, and other KPIs like these ones and so on. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah. So again, I'm going to add another sheet over here. And let's create a duplicate here as well, because yeah, we'll need the same formatting. So I'll create a duplicate and I'll just switch the places, drag over here, and let's say this will be my KPI number 6. And I'll just change the title, say project schedule. So select all, PROJECTSCHEDULE, move to apply. So the very first thing, yeah, and again, this is all I've done, so I know what we are looking at. So we are looking at the project name, project type, and yeah, all those details that were there within. So we are going to link them all. And again, if you are doing it at work as a team independently, and you are the decision maker, this all things should come from your stakeholders and your team. That what are the things, items that will go on your dashboard that you want to create. So assuming, yeah, that's the case. So let's do that. So I'm going to take this away from my KPI number 6, which is my project schedule. I'm going to take this away. And we already know that we are going to keep the filters. So I'm keeping it now. Later on, we'll just do the connections. So the very first thing first is your project name. Yeah, that was your first. So I'm going to add it to my rows. So again, the names got added to the rows. And again, these are too thick as of now, but we will fix it later on. Then the next one is your project type. I'm going to add that as well. The next one is the schedule, right? We are going to add. So I'm going to add the start date, just like what we did in our previous assignment, start date in my columns. And again, these are too big size, and that's why we are seeing this humongous. Oops, I think instead of me fixing all these, maybe a better option. Yeah, I'm just going to delete this and recreate one, because I think when I created a copy, it is taking the same format for this field also. And again, here in the previous KPIs, we were only dealing with one of this number one KPI, but in here we have 83 different projects. So these are like all expanded. So one way to fix this is project name. Yeah, let's go over here. Format, automatic total. I think, yeah, maybe fixing it as the source. Yeah, let's just recreate. I'm going to delete this whole. Let's create a new one. I'm going, yeah, let's say this is my KPI 6. Let's name it as PROJECTSEHEDULE. Select it all, make it bolder. Let's make it here. Center it, apply. Okay. And for this as well, let's say format title, shading. Let's select the same color that we selected. And yeah, this looks great. No border. Double click over here. Let's change this color to white. Okay. Formatting. Yeah, let's go. One more thing I realized. And we can do it later also. Is oops, not this. This one. Okay. Oops, sorry. Now let's go ahead and add the project name over here. Awesome. Yeah, we are seeing this list. Very nice. Then we are going to add this project type also in your row. So again, a project type got added. Now let's add a timeline based on your start date. So I'm going to add this to the column, and yeah, these are the start dates. Here, yeah, by default it is taking it as a text, and you are seeing these as a start date. So I'm going to change this to say Gantt bar. And awesome, I'm seeing the Gantt bar over here. I'll just make it wider. Or other way to do it is, you see currently it's in standard form. I'll just say entire view. Oops, I think yeah, all the 83 are trying to fit in over here. So let's do one small change. I'm going to say standard again and say fit to width. Awesome. So yeah, it is fitting to the width based on the start date over here. Other thing I'm going to change, and this is exactly what we did in our previous assignment that was focused on Gantt chart. And that's the reason we are doing it again and multiple times. Again, there was a dedicated assignment for Gantt chart only, because these are the details you need to pay attention on. So this part I'm going to go over here, column start date, and currently it is defaulting, Tableau is defaulting to year. I'm going to select day here one more time. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to select the second part, that is day also. So yeah, so this is very systematic now. Again, it is all fitted to the width, and there is scroll bar over here. I can scroll for all the remaining projects also, total 83 projects. I'm seeing the project name, I'm seeing the project type and start date for respective projects. The next part is I'm going to add duration. So yeah, this is the calculated field we created few like minutes ago. So I'm going to drag this calculated field to my size. Oh, sorry, to my size over here. And you see, once I do that, it adds the duration with respect to the start date. Yeah, so again, it's looking much better, right? So yes, we are headed in the right direction. And when I hover my mouse on each of these bar, I can see, you see, this is project name is Auditorium Setup 4. Type is facilities. Start date is 31st May 2022, and the duration is 147 days. Next one is I'm going to add some more thing is, yeah, like as we decided, I'm going to add project manager to the filter. Window like this pops up, I'm going to say all, apply, close, then my project name also. Window like this pops up, selected all, and I'm going to say apply, okay. Next part is I'm going to add this start date also. And again, this is more of a text version. I just want it in my list over here, so that, you know, when I'm hovering my mouse, I will have that level of detail. So currently I'm only seeing the start date as well as duration. I want some more detail also. Yeah, so end date also. So I'm going over here and I'm going to drag this end date in my label part. So again, that got added. Again, currently it's displaying, maybe I don't need it. So again, it's selected. I'll say do not mark on the label, because yeah, it's getting messy. So I did that. By default, again, it's taking the year. Yeah, this is the default. So let's go to granular level. And again, I'll explain why I'm doing this. Is if I hold my mouse, it's only giving me the uh, end of yeah, sorry, year of end date is going to be only a year. And again, I want, because by default it's year selected over here. So here also, this project year, you see the year of end date is 2023. I want it to be exact day. So that's the reason why I'm going over here and selecting day first, and one more time going over here and adding day. Yeah, so again, it is showing me the label, which I think might not be necessary. So I'm just checking over here and say, yeah, unchecking this show mark label, it's gone. Now if I hold my mouse on any of these bar, it's giving me end date, start date, as well as duration, which is headed in the right direction. On top of it, all the color for all of these bars is same blue. Maybe I want to, based on the priority, if I want to use a color schema, palettes, so I will add the priority in my color. Yeah, so I'm dragging this priority into my colors and see what happens. So this is the color schema it defaulted. So high is showing dark blue, very low is green, and red. So maybe if I want to modify that, what I will do is I will just go over here and I will say filter. Oops, filters are correct. Yeah, let's go to color schema, say edit colors. And this is, yeah, by default it took automatic selection. Maybe I will expand this, and in my case, I think I used blue only. Again, for you, feel free to use any one you like, but again, if you want to stay standard with me, yeah, would be best. I'll still give you points if you decide any other color schema. No issues with that at all. But yeah, I'm going to select this lightning water, and this lightning water is nothing but it's giving me various shades of blue color. So maybe for high, I'll select this high, and then I will use dark blue color. Then again, this doesn't look like it's ascending or descending. It's yeah, it's more of an alphabetical HLMV. So for high, I selected this. Then the next is, I will say very high. I will select this. These two look very similar, so maybe I will select this. Then I will go with medium. I will select this for medium. Yeah, you can see contrast. That's great. Then I will say low. I will select this and I will say very low is the lightest blue. Yeah, more of a cyan color. So yeah, looks like these are good with me. So I'm going to click apply. And when I do that, you see the this changes as well as this changes. I'm going to say OK. So yeah, awesome. Yeah, one other step, important step completed. Let's save this again so that all your work is saved. So this completed, and if I hold my mouse over here, same priority is very low. Creative Media Industry 4, project type is facilities, and so on. I think this all is complete. Now the next, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 sheets created. Now let's go ahead and start assembling our dashboard. So again, in our last lecture, we did a lot based on, oh, sorry, accidentally created a sheet. I'm going to delete it. Yeah, let's go ahead and add a dashboard. In our last, we learned a lot about the styled versus floating and yeah, the different types of containers, horizontal container, vertical text option. We used yeah, image, we used blanks, why blanks are your best friend. And again, it's all about, yes, standard practice. Here also, if you want to start with a blank, please feel free to do it. In fact, blanks will make your life very, very easy. But again, I specifically know what we are doing and what we are building. I'm not going to use that. But again, our last yeah, assignment lecture was focused on yeah, explaining these yeah, key objects and how useful they are. And again, if you are dealing with lots of teeny tiny details of, details small windows you are going to add and so on, it's wise to use blank. And with more practice, you will realize yeah, what I'm saying. So yeah, for now, I'm not going to use those. I'm just going to use the standard one. One more thing is, yeah, based on my screen, what I figured is, yeah, this custom number, say 1600 and 900 works best for me. For you, like feel free to use whatever you like that fits your screen. But yeah, currently when I enter these numbers, you see it's using the entire screen space. If you are using a laptop, small size, 14.1 inch, 17 inch, or whatever size you are using, or if you have wide screen monitor, feel free to use, trial and error and feel free to use. But for now, I'm going to use these numbers. Yeah, 1600 by 1900 for the size. And these are the 6 different sheets we created. So the very first is I'm going to drag this title KPI title in here, and since I'm using this tiled version, it will do its best to fit that title sheet over here. So again, it's the first one, so it's going to use the entire space. I'm not worried about it. So once I do that, oops, looks like I have to reduce this. Let's try to make this as 850. Awesome. Yeah, it's creating the screen. Yeah. So again, I'm not worried. It's using the entire space because the next one when I add, it is going to auto fix that problem. So I'm going to drag that KPI one here. I'm going to add it over here, and yeah, maybe let's try to. Well, I'm going to say Control Z. Tell you what I'm trying to do. So drag it over here. Oh yeah, perfect. Let's do this. Then I'm going to add the KPI2 right next to it. Then I'm going to add the KPI3 right next to total expense. And then KPI4, which is your completion rate, so completion percentage on this, right? And again, the sizes aren't like the best. And I'm just going to do the best I can at the moment. Later on, when we have all the elements configured in the right way, we will do a final realignment, rearrangement. So for now, doing this, yeah, so these are added. Next part is the final, most important one. I will say most detailed one is your KPI6, that is your Gantt chart that you created on the timeline. So I'm going to add that, and let's add that on the way bottom. Yeah, perfect. So do that. Yeah, it's getting auto arranged, and currently I have this filter. I'll keep it. I mean, I'm yeah. So now looks like this is more or less starting to look like our dashboard that we created, right? Title, project management dashboard, the 4 high level KPIs and your detailed. So if I go over here, it's starting to look like that, although I can see these bars and so on, which is not what I want, and I don't see the numbers because they are somewhere hidden. So now what I'll do is on each of this, yeah. So I'll start with the project management dashboard. I'm going to select this, and currently it's standard. I'm going to say entire view here also. Yeah, I'll do for all of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 sheets one at a time. So I already did for here. Then I'm going to click on here and select this, and now I'm going to go to over here and say entire view. Here also select on here. Instead of standard, I'm going to change entire view. Here also go over here and say entire view. Here also go over here and say entire view. Here also it's fair, yeah, fit to the width. That's what we did. And I'm going to say entire view. Oh, sorry, entire view is, yeah, we have seen that in the past also. It's trying to fit all these 83 projects on the details. So this is also correct, but this looks too messy, too much small. So again, I'm going to say fit to width. Yeah. So again, it will have this scroll bar, but again, we can read. So that's the advantage. And again, this is currently using its own vertical container for the priority. I'm not worried, later on we'll fix it. So yeah, this is looking much more in a better shape. So let's fix this height of these. Yeah. So for that, instead of fixing each of these, I'm just going to drag this one a little bit up, and that should auto fix. Yeah, for the top 4. So going over here, maybe a little bit up. Oops, sorry. I think these are good. Awesome. Yeah, let's try to make these names a bit wider. Now hover my mouse. Okay, these are looking good. I think yeah, some names are cutting off. So again, I will just make it presentable so that I can read the whole thing. Awesome. Yeah, this is much better. A little bit more, or maybe it's overkill. I think this is good. Other thing is, yeah, I think these all look good. Maybe I don't need this day of start date. So I'll say and select the show header. It will go away. Awesome. Because yeah, I mean, I don't expect that bar to be here. If I need that information, I'll just hold my mouse and it will give me the exact information. So this is a very high priority project, classroom arrangement, belonging to security service project type. End date was October 25th, 2022. Start date was May 31, 2022. And duration was 294 days. So this is also in great shape. Next is, yeah, adding those filter option. So you see I have one filter, say priority, yeah, laid down over here, and couple more, project management and project name. So for that, currently this is using a tiled container. So I'm going to select this, yeah, I mean in this container itself, and I should see this diagonal bars like kind of pattern over here. Yeah, so I'm going to right click over here. Let's see what options I have. Remove container, no. Distribute, no. Add, show, hide button, no. Oh yeah, so currently it's fixed width. I will convert it into floating. Once I do that, you see it pops out and the other sheets kind of rearrange itself because now it's floating. So I'll drag this somewhere over here, and I know it's horizontal. So I'm going to click this one more time and see let's what option I have. Remove container, distribute content evenly, show hide, no. Floating, and again on top of floating, yeah, there is floating order. Oops, not maybe. Let's go over here. Let's see, edit. I'm right clicking over here and see edit color, format legion, no. Title, edit title, arrange item. Awesome. So currently it's auto arrange, auto order. So I will select this, say in a single row. Once I do that, you see it's arrange everything single row, and because the size of this is not like near perfect, so sorry, it's doing this. So what I'm going to do is go over here. Oh, yeah, just keep hovering your mouse until you get that. Yeah, let's see one more thing. Arrange items, this is correct. A single row, yeah, that's correct. Auto order, default order, reverse order, no. Multiple columns, no. Oops. Yeah, this is the tricky part, but yeah, I mean, you just keep hovering your mouse and you see, well, for some reason, I'm just getting vertical option, which is not what I'm wanting. So yeah, let's keep working on this. Oops. Oh yeah, sweet. For some reason, I'm seeing this as a rigid. So format legend, well, not this option. Yeah, no worries. It's all about keep trying. So I'm just doing arrange, floating. Oh yeah, it's fixed height. Okay. For some reason, that was the thing that I missed. So let's create it as a floating. So awesome. This is great. So once I did that, you see what happened. And I don't need this container anymore. So I'm going to delete it. So this is independent now. This filter part that is visible is independent. So great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think, yeah, we can make this better. So you see what I did was I just made this as a bit wider, floating and wider, and yeah, the problem is solved. One more thing is, yeah, let's try to utilize this as well so that you are reading the entire thing. Oh, awesome. This one also. Medium. Great. Yeah, I think this project schedule is, yeah. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to align on my left hand side, apply. So once I fix this in my core sheet, the Go dashboard, yeah, you see the project schedule is shifted. Now I can have this over here. Yeah, let's keep it here for now. Other thing is we also had a couple more filters, say project manager and project name. So for that, first is we have to go ahead and do the linkage of these filters for all the 6 sheets we did. Yeah, so a few ways to do it is you can go over here and apply. to worksheet, say all using related data sources. So project name is done for a KPI one. Here also apply to worksheet all. Same here also, looks like it is done. So when I did like yeah, in one of the worksheet, I'll just double check one more time if that applies. So here also it's did. Go over and check. Yeah, it's all using, correct. 4 also is there, 5 also is there, 6 also is there. On top of it, there is priority. I will select that also. All you, yeah. So for priority also it's done. Now, once all these arrangements are done for the 6 different sheets we had created and added on our dashboard sheet, let's go ahead and add the filters. So for that, I'm going to select any one of these sheet on the dashboard itself. Now make sure this like dark line appears. Once I do that, I will go to the analysis and go over here, say select within analysis filters. First one is, let's say, priority. You know, a window like this appears. Well, the whole container like this will appear, and it will have a priority. Again, I'll keep this selected. I'm going to go to analysis again, filters, and I will activate the project manager. And then I will go third time into analysis, keep this selected and activate the project name as well. Yeah, so all these 3 filters got added. And again, currently it will be, yeah, it's tiled. Looks like this is a vertical container, which is rigid. So the next thing I'll do is I'll go to this individual filters which got added, priority, project manager, and project name. And I will right click on here and change it to floating. Once I do that, you see this priority kind of falls off floating. Then I will move it systematically over here, and currently it's showing the entire list and check option. I'll just change it to say multiple value. Yeah, let's go with multiple value drop down. So I will only see this. I'm going to make it yeah, wider, and yeah, and again, like in my previous yeah, the dashboard that I have created over here, I use this horizontal, and again I'm just using it as a header. You can use that, or you can keep it yeah, this way also if it yeah, works best for you. So, and maybe this is too longer, so I make it a bit shorter. So in that case, I have to do this. Well, let me go ahead and add the other two also, and then we'll work on them all together. Next one I'm going, yeah, so I moved this priority. Next one I'm going to the project manager, right clicking over here and say floating. Once I float, yeah, it kind of falls off, float starts floating. And I will go over here and yeah, move it in this place. And let's say the same thing, multiple value, or say multiple values drop down, and I will make this smaller so that I'm only seeing yeah, this part. Same thing for the project name. I'm seeing all of them. Don't need that. I'll say multiple value drop down here also. And yeah, even this is kind of yeah, independent. Oh, sorry, I didn't change it to floating. So let me change it to floating. So once I did that, yeah, that container disappeared, and now all the 3 of my filters are floating. I'll place 2 of these over here and 1 priority over here. I can have it here. I can have it here. Maybe this is a good place, I would say. Yeah, kind of standardize all the 3 on your right hand side. So yeah, this is how I did it. And let's see, I think I covered. Yeah. Next thing is I will just check if the linkages are correct. Yeah. Well, ideally it should be, but Tableau has a tendency of, yeah, like sometimes, you know, every once in a while it will do it. So I'll just go, and instead of saying all, I'm selecting it. Say, let's go with Jim Jones. Awesome. When I select him, yeah, all his, yeah, like current projects and relevant KPIs are shown. So looks like this is correct. Lucy Tipton, yeah, looks like this is correct. Sophia Quinn, looks like this is correct. So project manager is working. I'll select back again all, come back. And then let's do the same thing for project name. I'm going to unselect all. I'm going to say central deployment project. So yeah, it looks like this is working. So all filters are interconnected and they are working well. Yeah, let's see education theater 3. Oops, sorry, other way. Unselect all, education theater 3. Awesome, only one project. This is the budget, expense, duration, 100% complete. Great. Similarly, I will do the say 1 or 2 checks for priority also. So I'll go over here, say I will unselect all, and let me select the medium one. Awesome. These are all the medium projects, budget, expense, duration, and completion. Same thing for high priority ones. These are the ones. And again, when I change one, all of these numbers are changing, meaning they are interactive and they are linked correctly. So this is how yeah, it should be. So looks like whatever we have done so far is correct. Other thing is, yeah, let me just do the other way. Instead of selecting over here, I'll just select one of this bar and let's see what happens. Awesome. So it's giving me this option. Great, 7,500. If this one 36,000, 25,000 spent, duration and so on. So looks like this is working as well. So awesome. So this completes our last project management assignment. Thank you so much for all your focus, hard work, diligently working on this. I hope you learned a lot. You enjoyed to yeah, doing this assignment with me. Thank you so much. Have a very nice day.